know what?
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Mark is cussing.
Uncle Mark cussing?
Yeah.
Well, Uncle Mark up there on the third floor cussing. So,
What?
Uncle Mark is cussing. Uncle Mark cussing. Legally can close the door because Uncle Mark is on the third floor cussing. I think he played a video game. Anyway, my mom just went live, okay? Holy Lord, it just got hot. What is going on? Anyway, my mom gonna be talking, but not too much, okay? Okay. I'm not gonna be doing any cussing. Not while you're awake anyway. Are you hungry? You are?
I didn't eat nothing.
You ain't eat nothing? Oh god. Okay, let's go. Hold up.
I ate breakfast.
Yeah. Hey, go. See what's going on.
I ate breakfast. It was pumpkin cake and
Hey, man.
eggs and
Where is that at?
eggs and bacon.
Huh?
Bacon.
Oh, okay.
Bacon.
Because Nikki said he's hungry. Okay. Okay.
You ready?
Nikki, you got you said you ate pumpkin what for breakfast? Oh my goodness. Hello everybody, how y'all doing? What's going on? Gotta make sure I'm under the right account. I think I am. Good morning, good day. I'm gonna be sewing, of course, I'm gonna be explaining that, but we're gonna be talking about a few things. We're gonna talk about the stud sub. Because that one, oh my goodness. It doesn't matter how liberal you are or conservative or whatever. That was a big mess, okay? And I am confused on what the brain function or how people are thinking things in 2025. Like, I'm, I guess I would consider myself to be liberal. And what do I mean by that? I'm saying that I don't care what other people do as long as it don't infringe on others. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't care who you love, I think love is a great thing. And as long as you're not uh, trying to harm anyone else with your love, you know what I'm saying? Um, I don't care about those things. I think that those things are little things that get in the way of humanity, right? I don't care who you love. I don't care anything about any of that. But I think brain rot is a real thing. I think people are so consumed with themselves that they don't even think about consequences of others. You know what I mean? So this stud sub, I guess she's a stud, which I guess like because there's so different categories, right? I think so. She is a female who presents male, female presenting male, and she has a right to live her life, get jobs, education, all of those good things. You gotta turn it down a little bit, okay? Or you could go in your room, go in there, in your dad's room, you could play loud if you want, okay? Either way. It don't have to be all the way down. I know you want to hear it a little bit. Go get your headphone, your headset. You want?
Wait. Oh, it doesn't work on the phone.
Oh yeah, well, I have some that does work. It's an iPhone, so it has different.
Daddy, sure.
Yeah, you going in that room? Okay, okay. Let me know when you need me, okay? I'll let you know when dinner ready. Oh, close my door, man. Bless you.
Thank you.
Hey King Pigs. So hey Mr. Center of World, how you doing? So check it out. She's a okay, so there's different in the LGBT community, there are a wide range of people and people who put themselves in their categories. It's so wide, it's a lot. Okay, I think most of us fit in the LGBT community. People don't like when I say that, but it's true. It's so wide and vast that it's encompassing of pretty much everybody except um the white straight male. You know what I mean? Um, I think that's the only person that really don't encompass if you're just white and straight. And I think that's what they don't like. They don't like that, other people have formed their own little communities without them. But anyway, besides that, nothing wrong with the white straight male. I don't, you know, um, but so there are studs, there are how should I say, there are transsexuals, right? A transsexual, that is a person who was born one gender and have transformed, that's where the trans come in, into another gender. Okay. Those would be the transsexuals. But there are another group of people who do not throw away the gender that they was born. They are still that gender, but they identify or present another gender, right? So you could be like, this person is born a female and they present as a male. So they are not a transgender because they still, identify that they are a female, but they just present more malish to the world, if that makes sense. Now, I'm not sure exactly how she or this person identifies, but based on what I've seen, she presents as like she's a woman, but a male presenting woman. Okay, I know it could be a little confusing, baby. It can. Hey, Lena. Hey, everybody. Reese, what's going on? Girl, Leaky went into his room. He told me he was going in his room or his daddy room. I'm not sure. But then it looked like he went downstairs to mess with his pop pop. Cause if he down there with his pop pop, he gonna be back up here. Cause pop pop gonna send him back up. Okay, with that noise he making. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna put the link in so y'all can um weigh in on it. Okay, because I know a lot of you want to weigh. This is a lot. Okay, first let me grab the link to give to y'all. Okay, because I am going to be doing sewing, y'all. Listen, I'm trying to get this. This what I've been working on is a lot of work making a top for hubby and for his job, but I'm making it a patchwork, which means I'm taking pieces, put I'm cutting pieces just to sew them back together, just to get the pattern that I want. And I had to make a lot of decisions, which I think I came up with the decision how I'm going to set it up. Um, at first I was making it a lot, right? I was going to do the patchwork everywhere, and the sleeve patchwork was going to be slightly different. Then I decided, no, I'm going to do the back plain. I'm gonna do one sleeve one color, the other sleeve another color, and then trim it in the reverse. And then I'm gonna do that also with the V-neck. One side of the V-neck gonna be one color, the other side gonna be another. And then I'm gonna have the patchwork design mostly in the front. It'll be in the front. And I think that's something he'll be able to handle as a man. Because men don't like things to be too dramatic. Well, some men. Hubby is an older man. We older. Anyway, let me grab the link first. I'm gonna grab the link to give to you all. Everybody's welcome to come up. Okay. Just decided to go live because uh nobody else was live. Okay. I'm not feeling about doing the because I was gonna go over there and do the purge, but yesterday my brother got shot. Okay. My brother is crazy than a cuckoo bird, okay, than a dodo bird. A cuckoo bird, dodo. Y'all know what a cuckoo bird is, right? That's that bird that some of y'all may have never seen except on TV, but it's a bird that's in a clock and it comes out and it says cuckoo, cuckoo. Like every hour it pops out and makes a sound. Cuckoo, cuckoo. I think every hour, whatever the hour is how many chirps it does, right? So When it's 1 o'clock, it comes out and say cuckoo. And when it's 2 o'clock, it comes out and say cuckoo, cuckoo, right? And at 3 o'clock, and so on and so forth. And so if a person was blind, um, they would be able to know what time it is based on without actually seeing the clock, right? That's a cuckoo bird. And that's all they do, right? They don't really have a brain. It's just like programmed for them to do this simple little task. It's an important task, yet the same, but it's still simple. Um, and my brother is kind of like that, like his brain has been seeping in drugs for a vast majority for most of his life at this point. And he's a non-violent criminal, in other words. Yes, he's a non-violent criminal. And what does that mean? If y'all met him, y'all would like him. Like he's personable. He is, you know what I mean? He's cool. He's not too friendly, because men aren't too friendly. But once you get to know him, you realize he's cool and shit like that. Um, and he's non-violent. But at the same time, like I told y'all, I think I told y'all that he wanted him and his girlfriend. He was talking about coming visit me, right? He wanted to come visit me, and the farthest I told him is that I would get him a plane ticket. He'll fly into Philadelphia, right? That's why our main airport to get here to Delaware. You're gonna come either through BWI, which is Baltimore, or you could come in through through PA. They basically about the same distances apart from me. I'm in the center of both those airports, and which is only like 45 minutes away, right? Depending on the traffic, I can get there in 20 minutes because I'm a speed demon, baby. Anyway, especially, yeah, I can get both depending on the traffic, right? Anyway, I told him I would fly his ass out, but I'm gonna meet him at the airport, right? He gets off the airport. We could go and walk around the airport, eat and everything, right? Even if you want to spend the weekend, we get him a room close to the airport. And then after the end of the weekend or the day or whatever, I'm gonna ship his ass back wherever he want to go. If he want to go back home to Louisiana, cool. And if his ass want to me to ship his ass to some other state, then I will do that. But that's the closest he could come to my household, mainly because he's he's a he would steal everything in my household. In fact, that's why I got to be all the way in Philly. We're not even gonna come to Delaware because I got a feeling that if I let him come too close to Delaware while we are at the airport or the hotel or the restaurant, he would be literally stealing out of my house mentally and some kind of way telepathically uh, from if we get too close, I feel like he could telepathically rob me. Okay, because that's what drug addicts do. They love you, they won't harm you, except they will steal your shit. Okay, they will steal your shit. They'll steal your house and sell your goddamn house. Y'all, I done told y'all some of the weirdest stories with my brother, and I haven't even told y'all everything. Like my brother done borrowed my sister's car and rented the bitch out. Listen, what I'm saying is almost like a car rental. My sister had loaned my brother because she had two cars. She had two cars, right? So she loaned him her car to go somewhere. And then his ass disappeared. Like him in the car, she thought he was going somewhere for a short period of time, maybe a few hours at the most. And he didn't come home that night. And then he didn't come home the next night. So she's trying to find her car, she calling him and he not answering all that shit. But anyway, she's still taking care of her business, right? Going to work and everything. My sister gets on the highway to go to her office building. And while she's driving, she looked to the right and she sees her car. She sees her car, y'all. She she looks to the right at the red light. I think she said it was a red light. She looks, and that's her car, but that ain't my brother driving it. In fact, she don't even know who in the hell driving the car. And she's like, wait, it's my who are them? So my sister is as crazy as the motherfuckers in my family, okay? She's as crazy as those of us in our family, okay? If you pull it out of us. But baby, she crazy, okay? And I'm not gonna deny that I could be that crazy. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna mention me in this story, okay? But what I will say is that she looked and she saw her car and she was like, wait, is that my car? But then so when the light turns green, she allows that car to go first. She looks at the tag and she says, oh, that is my car. So she goes and chase these people down. She's on side of them, blowing the horn, telling them to pull over. And then it was, I think she said it was like four black men in the car, right? Cool. She pulls them over. She says, "That's my motherfucker. Car. Get the fuck out of my car. Give me my keys." And these men go on to tell her that, nah, they rented the car. How the fuck you rent my car? She's like, I'm gonna call the police. Get out of my car. They said, nah, we paid. We rented this car and we gonna use, just like other motherfuckers, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they said they paid and it's theirs for the time being. And she calls the police. Um, so in other words, my brother had rented out my motherfucking sister car to a bunch of people for some money so he could get some drugs. Now, see, so I know I exaggerate a little tiny bit, and I mean a tiny bit, when I say he might telepathically steal my shit, but that's only a very, very small exaggeration, okay? Very small exaggeration. But that's what the motherfucking people who own drugs, like, they could be the sweetest people. They can you would want to help them and shit like that, right? But them drugs, baby, got him clenched by the brain and everything. He's a klepto, and he's not a klepto. He's a thief through his necessity to have drugs. And then he's a smart, like he's been smart since forever. So he's smart, right? And when I say smart, I'm talking about like he knowledgeable, like knowledgeable, right? Which make a dangerous, uh, when you're smart and you're hooked on drugs, you'll come up with all kinds of fucking ways to get them drugs. He's smart enough to know not to do anything dangerous and harm people because he's compassionate in that he don't want to harm people. But he would harm your pockets. Okay, he would rent out your house for the night. You don't let him spend the night. Okay, you let him spend the night. You come back the next day. He's house sitting, and your house will be gone. If you can crack a house up and move it somewhere else, he would have sold your house for some drug money. That's what I'm saying. Okay, but anyway, the story goes the other day, and it's on the news. It's in the news in Louisiana, man. I'm not even telling no lie. Okay, if y'all look in New Orleans news, y'all see where a motherfucker barricaded himself in a gas station. That's my motherfucking brother. Now, at first, when we heard the story that, hey, they said that he had a weapon and he ran in the place and was robbing the place and they had to gas him and get him out and they shot him. And I was like, wait a minute, that don't sound like my brother. Oh, okay, what you thinking? You're slick. You're slick. Mom, uh-oh, that's wrong. Oh my God.
Look, Mama.
Mhm.
No hands.
No hands.
Look. Look, see?
No
I have no
hands.
hands. Look.
Oh, your hands are hiding. Here you go. Look, here you go. Don't download too much on my phone, okay? And don't do not delete any of my stuff to put your stuff on my phone. Okay. I'm not. Okay, thank you. Y'all my grandson. Anyway, what I was saying, so the story was one way, and this just happened last night, by the way. Okay, last night. And I was like, what? That don't sound like him. Like we know he's not a violent person. Like, so this don't sound right. Like he will go in Walmart and rob them blind. They'll be looking at him rob him, and they won't even know that he's robbing them. Like he's like really like that. I told y'all when he got caught, he had to stole the whole pool. I didn't even know Walmart sold big pools like that. But these are they have these super centers, these super Walmarts where they do sell things like that. My brother stole a pool. How you steal a big ass 5 foot pool out of a store? You put it in a basket and just walk the fuck out, apparently. And he would have got away with it because he was away from the store and everything. The only reason he got caught because it was a strange black man pushing a basket with a pool in it highway, on the highway, like an actual like highway. It was, you know what I mean? He didn't take no back roads and shit like that. He was walking the fucking main highway, pushing a basket or a cart. We call it baskets where I'm from, but it's one of them big ass carts, with no sides on it. He walking down a major highway. Well, not a major highway. It's a interstate, not an intrastate, not an interstate. Y'all know these are the highways that goes through the state, but it don't connect from one state to the other. It's like it's not like a highway 95 or a highway 55 or highway 10, interstate 10. It's more like this is highway 90. Okay. It actually was highway 90. And so he's going through on a major highway in the state of Louisiana, pushing a buggy or cart or whatever you want to call it, um, depending on where you're from, with a pool in it. That's how he got caught. Like he didn't get caught from the store or nothing. Like he got off, he went all the way through, got out of the store and everything. Only reason they caught him is because they were like, this strange man is on the highway. What is he doing? And then when they realized, okay, how you can afford this swimming pool, but you don't even have a car to transport it. My brother was about to go to that wealthy high community and try to sell it to somebody, right? He was about to sell his big ass pool to somebody for drugs. But that's what he do, okay? He is the one where you got to nail down everything. That's why everything is locked down in Walmarts and shit. It's people like him, for real. Like I remember when they started doing this shit, I was like, I went into the Walmart in Louisiana and I couldn't buy nothing from the electronic portion of the store. They closed the electronic portion of the store early. Even though it's a 24-hour store, you couldn't buy nothing out of there. And I was asking them why. Like, I need this printer. And they were like, yeah, you got to come back in the morning. I'm like, what you mean? They're like, yeah, that part of the store is closed. It's a 24-hour store. Yeah, people steal. It was like, what you mean people steal? Yeah. And my brother hit up that store neither. He's not allowed to go in these stores. They have his picture and everything. And yet he still get in there and steal everything. Okay. What good is a picture on a wall? Not another nothing. Okay. Apparently nothing. Anyway, so when we heard the story about him getting shot, like the first story I heard, I was like, this don't make no sense. Like there's too many things missing. So when I called because he got shot, called the hospital and I'm trying to get in contact, with the nurse. I talked to the head nurse. She tells me she can't tell me nothing. I'm like, what you mean you can't tell me nothing? I'm like his family. Like, you won't tell his girlfriend anything. I just need to know if my brother alive or not. Like, what you talking about? Well, he's in police custody and we can't give out no information. And I can't give out information on the phone anyway. Plus, he can't have visitors. I'm like, something ain't right, y'all. Something ain't right. I'm like, the whole story don't sound right. Okay. The story don't sound right because we know him. Like he will go in your store and steal your shit. But he ain't gonna have no weapons, no guns. He ain't gonna threaten nobody. In fact, he gonna be in and out like a ghost. You ain't even gonna know he was in that bitch. You see what I'm saying? So, but and the story that I had heard that he went in there with a weapon and held people hostage, and they had to he barricaded himself in there, and then um the SWAT team was that's true. The SWAT team had to come out. The SWAT team came out and they said they gassed him to get him to come out, and that's when they shot him because he had a gun. I was like, nah, no, baby. Everybody in the family was like, Everybody who knows him was like, no, something ain't right with this fucking story. Okay? He'll rummage you through your pocket without you knowing. He ain't doing all that. So I've been up all night trying to find some information, get some contacts or something, right? Um, all the way from Delaware to Louisiana. I'm trying to figure this shit out. And then his girlfriend called me today and give me the story on how it went down. So here's the story. Now, it could change. It's subject to change. I wasn't there, right? And but people are trying to piece it together. If you listen to news, listen, you can listen to the news. The news gonna give you what the police tell you. The police want to protect themselves. Remember, my brother got shot by a police officer. Okay, I want that to be very clear. He got shot by a police officer, so they're gonna surround around him, the police officer, and they're gonna try to protect him or her, at all costs. And if they gotta put out fake ass stories, then they will do that. Okay, they will do that. Now, but from what we heard through people who were there, people who work at the gas station, all of that, what had happened was now the story with the police officer is kind of shaky. And I want y'all to know we talking about the NOPD, corrupted most motherfucking police station in this country. I know people think it was the New York PD was corrupt. Yeah, they're corrupt too. And Chicago PD that was corrupt. Yeah, they're corrupt too. But there was a finding years ago that the NOPD was the most corrupt. NOPD actually goes around this country and other countries to share on how to help with large crowds and on the premise of Mardi Gras, right? Where millions of people are there and they are there to help protect everybody and shit like that. So they're known for these crowd things. But if y'all remember Katrina, baby, then you're gonna find that almost every officer in the NOPD were thieves. They these motherfuckers went to car lots and took cars, expensive cars. So they can get the fuck out of Dodge, which is okay, right? It could have been okay when them because they was thinking, look, these cars were gonna end up underwater anyway, all kinds of shit, right? If you could needed to get out the city to protect you and your family, they was overlooking all kinds of shit like that. But these cops, when they got them some, they went in to get them some Lexuses, Hummers, Lincoln. They went and got them some Lincoln Escalades and everything, baby. Okay, and you probably thinking, oh, they when they got them big cars so they could tote their family and thing. Okay, cool. But when the storm was over and everything settled down, they were supposed to bring that shit back, and them motherfuckers went MIA, acting like they just got this vehicle free of charge, and they just living their best life. They went to Texas with this shit. They went to Atlanta with this shit, all around the country. Them motherfuckers wasn't trying to report that. They thought they were scot free. They like, oh, I'm not going back. I mean, Louisiana was New Orleans was in a it was real crazy for a while, no electricity in areas. Man, a lot of them was indicted. But anyway, they're not trustworthy, baby. I wouldn't call them unless I needed to call them. Like I would have to really need them. And then even then I'm probably going to jail because I'm gonna have to try to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? And after I done shot somebody, that's what I'm gonna call him because I know they ain't protecting no motherfucker. Anyway, that's besides the point. Here we go. So I'm not sure if y'all knew what just happened. Just they had a whole group of people of a goddamn in NOPD establishment. Motherfuckers was gone and they come to find out there was help with officers. Officers helping people escape. But I digress. Back to my brother. So my brother, right? Apparently, this is what the story goes. Now, mind you, the story gonna still be a little slanted, but I'm gonna go based on what I've told, right? What I was told. So apparently, and y'all gonna be thinking, wait, that don't make sense neither. Yes, especially the first part, right? Because now it jibes. Some of it makes sense to me now, right? So apparently, my brother, this is the part that doesn't make sense. He walks up to a police officer and he shows them a gun. Now, see, that don't make no sense. Zero sense at all. But he shows him a gun. And then the cop says, hey, what you doing with that gun? And my brother goes to like show it to him. He didn't point it at him or nothing like that. The cop didn't tell him, put the gun down. So as my brother is, they say like he turns. They didn't say that he pointed at nobody, nothing, but they said that he turns, and that's when he got shot. Now remember in the first story, he got shot when he was holding hostages, when he was already in a store with a gun. Remember, that's the first story. And I think that's the news story too. But the story has changed significantly. Now he has this gun, and it come to find out it's not a real gun, and it was a pellet gun, and the pellet it had no pellets in it. See, it's changed. So, but they're always gonna have like a gun involved because see, that's the reasoning for the shooting. Because they're gonna claim no matter what, they didn't know was fake, they didn't know it was a pellet, they didn't know they had pellets in it. So that's the reason for shooting. But you gotta understand I'm from we from the bayou, baby. We've been handling guns since we were like children, like young children, right? My brother was younger than I was when I first shot a weapon, a gun, right? Um, we were hunters. They gave me a shotgun. It wasn't even a shotgun, I'm sorry, a rifle. I was about 7 years old. But remember, I was a girl. My brother was 2 years younger than me. Okay. And so if I was seven, he was about five. He's about 5 years old. And we've been dealing with guns, rifles, shotguns, all of this shit, handguns, since we were little kids. We know how to clean them. Listen, ain't nothing we don't know how to do with a gun. Not only guns, bow and arrows. Man, it's just so many, you know what I mean? Like we don't even have to have a bow and know how to use an arrow. Like a sling. Like, you can kill a bird with a slingshot. All we learned all this shit when we was kids. Okay. Um, we strictly from that life like that. We not from no street life. We from that bayou motherfucker like that. If you got to go and fin and create, find your own food, hunt for your own food, dig for your own food. You got to go jump in that goddamn lake and come up with your own food. We know how to do that shit. Okay. So this is someone who knows about guns all his life. He never got caught with no gun through all his criminality and all that bullshit, right? There's always been some stealing, but never with no weapons. Anyway, so the story goes that he had this pellet gun. Now I don't know why we have a pellet gun. That don't make sense. And that and it didn't even have no pellets in it. He goes to the cop with pellet gun, which don't make no fucking sense, right? Um, and so the cop tells him to drop the gun, and he turns, and the cop shoots him. So now he got shot even before anything in the store, right? So he gets shot. So this is the part that makes sense to me. He got shot, and then he realized this cop is trying to kill him. So he runs. He runs right there. He goes in the store, right? And he tries to make sure they can't come in. This guy can't kill him. So he barricades the door, and he runs in the back in the kitchen. And this is where they then start claiming, they was first saying he was behind the register and shit like that. But what they meant is that he went into the kitchen. He's saying that he kidnapped somebody because there was people in the store when he went in there and tried to barricade himself in there so he wouldn't get killed. And but now it's kidnapping because I guess when he barricaded the door, right? But from my understanding, he did let people leave. He was just staying in the back trying to, and tend to his wound and like, hey, they're trying to kill me. And then, from my understanding, is they called SWAT. They really wanted to kill him, right? They called SWAT, but they got people out there, like his girlfriend was there, other people was there. They don't even know, like this shit happened so fast. They were like, they don't understand how this happened, right? His girlfriend mentions that, like, he went up to somebody to buy drugs, right? Now, I'm not gonna make no assumptions and say that some of these police officers are the drug dealers. I'm not gonna say that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna make that accusation. But I'm not gonna never ever say that these cops could be criminals too. I mean, besides me mentioning that they were criminals and that the things that I said about them stealing cars and yeah, like a lot of them are the dope dealers and all that shit, that has been proven in the past for a very long time. But I'm not gonna never ever say none of that shit, right? Because I wasn't there. But what we do know is that the SWAT had to go in. Now, at first, remember I mentioned that the first story was that they went in and they gassed him out, and then he had a weapon, so they shot him. But remember, the new story is that he was shot before he even went in that store. He was trying to get away from them, right? Um, whew, man, it's a lot, y'all. And so then they never used tear gas. They never gassed him out. That was the original story. But now, they talked him out. They talked him to come out. So he was already shot. But remember, they had to add in all that extra tear gas, him holding hostages, because that's the reason why that would make sense why they had to shoot him. But he was shot already. And then they didn't have to say, well, he had a gun, right? Because that's the reason for shooting him. But they can't just plant any fucking gun on him. So the gun that they plant on him happened to be a pellet gun and it had no pellets in it. So that way they could wipe out the gun portion of the story, but still be able to shoot him because then they say he had this pellet gun with no pellets in it. Because the police gonna say, well, how did I know that it was a pellet gun? And how did I know? Even if I knew it was a pellet gun, it still could be dangerous. And how did I know it didn't have pellets in it? But what I'm saying is my brother is smarter than this. You know what I mean? Like, why you bring a fake gun if like he's not even gonna do no guns, but he definitely have access to real guns if that was what he was gonna do. So that sounds more like if that's something he really did, that sounds like a suicidal uh thing, right? Like he gonna pull out a gun but he know he ain't gonna harm nobody because that's not the type of person he is. But he want to get harmed himself. He want to get shot and killed. That's what if that first story was true, that's what me and my family and everybody was thinking. Like, is he suicidal? And if he is, like, why would he go this route? Like, this don't make no sense. Why would he? You know what I mean? Like, why is he going up to a police and showing them his gun? Like, that don't make no fucking sense. Even on drugs. Even on drugs, he still got sins. You know what I mean? It's not like he don't have schizophrenia or anything like that where he walking around like not knowing that he's on earth, not knowing how to, you know what I mean? Like, yes, he be on drugs, but he, he's craving the next drug. He's not craving to be, shot and killed by police officers. I'm quite sure there's a better way to go. Like get some drugs and overdose on that, which he's overdosed several times. He's overdosed several motherfucking times. Okay. So we're not gonna say that he's the smartest tool in the shed when it comes to the drug use, but when it comes to harming people and shit like that, he's a non-violent. If the person he harms the most is himself, okay, himself, his own body and shit like that. Oh, and he will steal your shit. Okay. And it's best just not to invite him in the house. Okay. That's all. He not gonna go in your run in your house. He don't know you. He not gonna come in your house. He usually steal from the motherfucking people who invited me. That's crazy. No, I'm laughing, but it's not a laughter like it's funny. It's like this got be crazy. This is some crazy shit. So yeah, my brother got shot by the police yesterday, and we still trying to figure out all the information. Like, cause I'm all the way in Delaware, and yeah, and you know there, and the people, like, I do have family, like I have a large family, but since my mom and dad passed away, like it's not like it used to be. But that has nothing to do with me, right? Because I'm far away. Um, that has to do with, like my brother, I guess, to a degree, or anybody else who don't stay in contact with the family when the family reaches out to them. The family reaches out, and they can either accept or not. Nobody gonna fight fight you to keep in contact and things like that. Anyway, I had a dream that some shit like this happened though, right? Um, So it's been a lot of stress. I dreamt that I'm gonna have two deaths. I'm not sure since he's not dead, because I was worried that he died. That gonna have two deaths in the family this year, right? And I just had one. And I've been stressed because I'm like, okay, something else about to happen to somebody in the family. And I keep having these goddamn dreams. And then I keep my grandmother keep coming to me. It's not even just her anymore coming to me talking about the family property. And I'm like, why they keep coming to me? Because them coming to me is gonna have me in fights with my family. Like, but nobody else want to do it. So I guess that I don't know why they're coming to me. I don't know why. I keep asking why you keep coming to me. I'm not sure if they just come to me because I'm the only one they could come to, but I don't know why they want me to do all this shit. Like, I went there to take care of the business, and it was so easily for my brother and sister to say, "Well, you don't live here," like, and so therefore you don't want to start no trouble. I'm like, "What you mean start trouble? Like, fuck is you about?" Okay. I didn't, you know what I mean? They had me come there. And then when I start putting my foot in the asses and start getting shit done, then it's like, oh, back up a little bit. Like, back up? What you mean back up? We about to lose property. We about to lose property because y'all want me to back up. And my grandmother and them keep coming to me, making it seem like it's my responsibility. I got too much on my plate. Okay. So I know y'all probably think I'm crazy because when I tell stories like that, but look, ain't no reason to lie. Like, the shit that I've been saying for years have come true. A lot of this shit, we are actively in it. And I said this shit in 2016 and 15. The dreams ain't for play, baby. Okay. I've been this way since I was a kid. They come to me. The only thing is that I've been keeping people I don't know from coming to me. But that might be why I have the constant fucking headache. Motherfucker just trying to reach out, and I'm trying to actively keep these dead motherfuckers away from me. Just stay away. Leave me alone. Like, god damn. Okay. Now let me put the link in so we can talk about the stud. Okay. The sub stud. The stud sub. But let me grab the link first. My brother then got shot by the police. Um, my brother then got beat up by police many times, y'all. And he never followed through on shit. Uh, he never go through with the lawsuits. But you know why? Because he's a drug addict. He's a drug addict. And so once they always let him out because they done went over and abused, right? My sister started threatening him to, talking about lawyers and things like that. If I get involved, then they really get real quick. It pushes real fast if I get involved, right? Um, I think one time y'all heard me on the phone. I wasn't playing with these people. Like, he was sick in jail. He was telling me how bad it was in jail, and they wouldn't even see him. And so I informed them. that, hey, like, we're gonna send a motherfucking doctor to come see him. Like my family, we gonna pay for it. Oh, well, we don't know. Well, I'm like, well, he's in jail under your custody. We you need to take care. You know, he said he had been waiting to see a doctor for like 2 weeks, and he was telling me people was dying in jail of COVID, and so I had to call them people. Okay, and they called me back. Okay, when I call, I get results. Okay, um, but I don't want to just be calling. I'm not gonna be trying to get nobody out of no trouble that they earn. You in trouble for some shit you did, then you got to deal with it, right? But if it's something that's not fair or something that they're doing that or they supposed to be doing and not doing, I'll take care of that. But other than that, because I'm letting them know he got family who care about. It. Yeah, he on drugs. Yeah, he's in jail, but he needs to be in jail as healthy as he could be. Okay, as healthy as he could be. If he died, he needs to be dying due to natural causes, or if they in some fighting that, which he never have no issues like that. You know, he never been in prison and all that shit. He ain't never had no issues like that because he been in prison more than he's been out of prison. And his nonviolent crime charge always nonviolent is because he's on drugs. Okay, and they will beat him, and then they will put charges on him that they end up dropping later. Okay, because we will get him a goddamn lawyer. Okay, uh, yeah, we will get his ass a lawyer. It's a goddamn shame. Uh, okay, when it's with the prosecutor, yeah, it's always some bullshit that they want you to plead out. Um, but like we like, why would you plead out to some shit you didn't do? Well, they gonna want me to plead to this so they can. I'm like, but if you didn't do it, they got to prove that if you didn't do it, they got to prove that you did it. So my brother is stern on knowing his rights. Okay, I don't be understanding these young men today. They got these older men who's younger, right? Because they in their 40s and shit, even though they think they're young, they just younger. And they start saying, "Oh yeah, I plead. Oh yeah, I just took it because they told me if I get found guilty of this." I'm like, but if you're not guilty of this, how they gonna find you guilty? Oh, they gonna find me guilty. What you mean they gonna find you guilty? You didn't do it. If you didn't do it, they gotta prove that you did it. And so now there's a belief going around where these older, younger niggas, right? The lame ass niggas, they're telling younger men, oh, just plead out so you get out early. I'm like, that's gonna affect your whole life. But they're telling these to young men. These people want wins. And if they can have you plead out, now if you did this shit, that's different, right? If you did it and they pleading you down, then now we talking. Now, yes, cool. Like be honest with yourself and be honest with your fucking lawyer. But I don't get on this internet shit and claim that you didn't do it, but you pleaded down to it. Nigga, and then make it seem like you had to because you blacks. I'm a blacks dummy. And so, they told me I got to be out because if I didn't, then I was gonna get 20 years. I'm like, nigga, if you didn't do it, stop saying you didn't do it. You did it, nigga. So just say I did it and they offer me a plea, giving me a better deal, giving me a good deal. Instead of whining and crying and saying you didn't do some shit that we all know you did, and then you pled to it but want to claim you ain't do it. Nigga, once you plead, motherfucker, you said you did it. That no contest shit ain't no different than you saying you did it. You just didn't voice it like the pussy that you are. The shit my brother has done, he had no problem admitting that he fucking did it. Yep, I did it. The family, we know he did it. We know he stole that shit. In fact, Most of the time he went to jail because he was stealing it from my own mother, my own father, my own family members. One time he broke into the place where my aunt worked. Now check this shit out. He broke into a place where my aunt worked. And he had the code to get in that bitch. So wait a minute. So what? Huh? What? Wait, what? How you get the code? See, other people's involved. He get caught and he take the lick. He ain't ratting on nobody or nothing, right? He take the full everything. Now, I'm not praising no shit like that, but I'm saying if you a criminal, then be the motherfucker criminal and take what it is that you given for your crime. But don't come and claim you ain't do it. Don't claim you ain't do it, nigga. And that's what I'm seeing on this line online. Well, I ain't do it. Or other niggas, even before the other men could say, yeah, I did it, they other men saying, well, we know you and do it. They falsified this on you. They falsified that. I watched when a nigga who raped a little girl got out of jail on this bitch. And these black men surrounded around him when he came back. And it was like, yeah, you could get those charges erased. The nigga doesn't never say he didn't do it. He just was up there. They was talking. They was holding him, breastfeeding him, rocking him and shit. Like, la da da baby, we know you and do it. You could go and get that erased from your record. You could go and do this. Yeah, these women lie. And that man ain't never say he didn't do it. He ain't never say he didn't do it. Everybody else around him. He had to open his motherfucking mouth. These niggas on this goddamn shit pisses me the fuck off. You rat, lame ass motherfucking niggas. Claiming they bout that. They ain't about shit. They ain't nothing but pissy ass motherfucking little niggas. Pissy ass motherfucking little niggas with little ass penises thinking that they doing something. You ain't doing nothing, pussy. Fucking pussies, man. That's why they on this YouTube shit talking that bullshit. Cause in the real world, that shit ain't gonna rock. In the real world, out there with real people who doing real things, bad things, good things, no matter what. Y'all can't rock. Y'all not gonna survive. You a whole pussy. And let's get back to this stud bitch, right? Cause her dumb ass, right? That's what I'm talking about. She ain't no better. Let's go and look at this shit. And then I'm gonna put the link in for y'all to come up. Cause I'm rambling. But man, like when I'm on these motherfucking panels with these raggedy ass motherfucking niggas who think they know shit. And then they always bring up a fucking movie. They bring up movies. Motherfucker, when you live in certain areas around people that y'all claim y'all live around, you ain't got to see no movie. You could look outside. It's in your motherfucking family. It's all kinds of shit. Nigga, I got all kinds of people in my motherfucking family. I got the criminals, right? I got the intelligent criminals who are criminals ain't never go to jail. We got the dope fiend. We got the joke dope dealer. We got the lawyer, the school teachers. We got the basketball, football players. All of that shit is all in my fucking family. All that shit. From the rooter to the tutor in this society. So I ain't never got to talk about no fucking movie. I ain't never got to talk about no movie. I could tell you some shit that I know is real for real. And these niggas always want to bring up a motherfucking movie. Oh, remember what they did in Juice? Nigga, the niggas in Juice uh wouldn't have survived long in my motherfucking area. Cause I remember niggas just like that. Raheem and shit, right? I remember the dude who had other dudes doing the work for him. How one nigga controlling three other niggas. That ain't no real life shit that you gonna survive through. Not what? This little nigga threatening three other niggas. I don't know if his name was Raheem. Y'all know I ain't see these movies like that for real. But the one nigga, I think the Tupac nigga, right? Tupac played the nigga that he was telling other niggas what to do, but he was jealous of the other nigga who had some talent, right? And then he put the gun at one, and then they all back up. Now let me tell you, yes, you got the gun at your friend's head. You put the gun to your friend's head. Yeah, they gonna do whatever you may tell them to do in that fucking moment. But nigga, the next day your ass ain't living. You not alive. Motherfuckers thought they could be just like that. Nigga, you gonna do what I say. Okay. That nigga say, okay, walk away. When that nigga see you again, you gone. That's real fucking life. Get out of these motherfucking movies. Nigga, put your head in a book, bitch. Here we go. Let's go find this stud substitute teacher, okay? Or whatever. I don't even know how she thought she gonna be a substitute teacher, baby. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. Yeah, that movie was Juice. It was called Juice. Now let's go look at this motherfucker shit here. This woman got fired. And she said that people got her fired. Okay. I don't want a long one, but I do want to share a few of her little clips and shit. Right? Look at this shit here. I don't know why I got all this shit. I don't even know who
I am the substitute that was recently fired from teaching because of my TikTok. Contents. I'm a content creator. I record everything I do, so it was typical for me. And as you guys know,
see, so that's her. I'm gonna see if they're gonna put any of her. She went to the school and recorded the motherfucking kids, yo. Okay, and made her and put them in their TikTok. She's 24. She's old enough to know better. She claiming she didn't know she can't record the kids. But then again, brain rot, right? Internet is filled with people making TikTok, so you might not realize. Which one of it? Oh, you got his? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Dave. Ooh, 2 times. Okay. Thank you. Hubby bought dinner. Listen, so um people with the TikToks or the internet or all that thinking they can just film. Lots of people are getting fired. Okay, they're getting fired. They just and a lot of them deserve to be fired. I'm even watching some people in this area. They showing themselves and things like this, right? What they don't know is most of these companies will fire you. Not you could claim, well, I wasn't busy, but you got to understand you still getting paid, right? If it's not your lunch break, or even if it's your lunch break and you're getting paid, if you have a paid lunch break, you should not be on TikTok doing your lunch break. You need to be doing what the hell you need to be doing that they consider is something that they find viable, like eating lunch. Maybe you had to run out and take care of some business, all of that shit. But if you are on the internet doing some shit on time when they are paying you, they can fire you. And that is how people get fired doing TikToks or whatever while on their lunch break. They're just not telling you. They'll say, I got fired doing my lunch break. Yes, you're getting paid during your lunch break. Now, let's say you're not getting paid during your lunch break. Maybe you're doing a 9 to 5 and you get a half-hour break or hour lunch break, right? And you're not getting paid. Like they have split that shit out of there, and that's your free time that you're not getting paid. Um, then you can do what the hell you want on that time. Just don't do it on their property. Make sure you ain't got nothing to do with your job in this video. No logos, no shirts, no hats, no color that can identify where you work, or none of that. Okay? None of that. And don't do it on their property. And they don't care if nobody else can identify that it was their property. If they can prove, if they can identify that you did it on their property, that is enough for them. It's gonna be like, well, I didn't have my logo in. I was just in the bathroom. All you could see is the brown door behind me. And I'm like, yeah, but they can tell that it's their bathroom. They can see that it's their ceiling, their floor, their bathroom door. That's all. What? Right? Internet, y'all, is causing lots of problems with businesses. That's why these people rally up and fire people when there's a mass. You don't even have to do nothing wrong. Like somebody can call my job and just start calling my job back, 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 back to back, even though I ain't do shit. They calling, they referencing my name, and the company will come and say, "Well, look, you being here is causing an issue with our workday." You be like, "But I didn't do nothing." They be like, "Yeah, but we gotta let you go. Your ass will be out of there." Okay. So I'm just saying, let's go find a better video because she mentions that, hey, her peoples, they knew her. Like some of the kids already knew her and they follow her on TikTok. And that is the problem for me, right? Because she explained the way when she said something about a young girl about her taking her down. She kind of explained that, well, maybe not, I guess. But when she said that the kids following her on TikTok, I was like, what? She's on TikTok. Let me go show it. Oh my God.
Yeah, this the teacher.
It was nothing saying I was cheering the school on. There was an additional voiceover that I added after I mashed the videos up.
Here go the video.
Took me a little lunch break. Down, okay then. Damn, shorty. Sheesh. Man, I gotta get up out these school kids trying to take me down, man. Then I look so.
Y'all heard that shit? Let me make sure y'all can hear it. I'm gonna stop the share. Start it back just in case. I'm not sure if I shared the volume. Okay, I did. Let's hear that video again. This is the one that got her out of there. Okay, here we go.
Let's get back to it.
Today was really a breeze. My kids ain't have to do too much, man. I really, to be honest, I let them do whatever they want to do. Yes, I'm that type of teacher.
So she just said she's a substitute teacher who let them do whatever they want to do. Yeah, I'm that type of teacher. Now, that doesn't mean that it's factual. She could have just been saying that for a TikTok, right? We all know that.
Took me a little lunch break. Down, okay then.
This is where she messed up, putting them kids in that goddamn TikTok.
Damn, shorty. Sheesh. Man, I gotta get up out these school kids trying to take me down, man. Then I look so young, I look like one of them.
You heard that shit? Damn, shorty. Woo! These kids gonna take me down. Now we know what that could mean, right? We know what it sound like to me. Like she's saying, damn. Like she's looking at a kid saying, damn, shorty. And then they gonna take her down.
Damn, shorty. Sheesh. Man, I gotta get up out these school kids trying to take me down, man. Then I look so young, I look like one of
Kids gonna take me down. And I look so young, I look like I could be one of them.
them.
See, that's what the problem is. Let's back this shit on up. Back it on up.
Yeah, that was foul. That was foul. Okay. But she tried to explain that away. And she said that she was saying that, that they're gonna take her down because they know who she is. And when they see her, they're gonna be like, oh, I know you from TikTok. That's what she was saying. Okay. Now, whoever believe that, Okay, you could go with it. And maybe she might be able to use that. But let's go and see some of her TikTok shit though. They may have taken that shit down. Man, so these kids should not be following her on no goddamn TikTok. Um, I don't like, man. Let me see if I can find. That's a short. Here you go. Oh Lord.
Without. Yes, ma'am. Have a good day. Today was really a breeze. My kids ain't have to do too much, man. I really, to be honest, I let them do whatever they want to do. Yes, I'm that type of teacher. Took me a little lunch break. Yeah, they got it going on at this junk. They stay bound, okay then.
Mom, put it.
Damn, shorty. Sheesh. Man, I gotta get up out these school kids trying to take me down, man. Then I look so young, I look like one of them. You know, my little free time, I had to go out there and give me some little content, little fit check. Really just a chill fit today. Cause y'all know if it was up to me, I would have been rough finding head to toe. Y'all know I ain't lying. But they did have a pep rally and came clear. And that was a typical day.
So a stud substitute teacher got fired. It was her first day subbing at a high school, and you know how they be having a little spirit week. So the kids was having a little parade, and one of the kids, the girls, she was dressed up as something like she.
Mama,
Hmm?
can you make a race car sound?
Can I do what?
Can you make a race
They
car sound?
want
Race
that
car
one
sound.
clip
Yeah.
enough to ruin her entire career. The moment you post that, one real teacher said, I'd make
Why?
sure you never work in a school again. Because if your classroom
Why?
is chaos,
One minute.
kids aren't learning, you're just babysitting in designer chains. But it got worse. In her own video, the sub called students shorty, joked about how young she looked, and said the kids were trying to take her down. Viewers were stunned because that's not confidence. That's a red flag. Too many young subs treat schools like a stage to relive high school clout, the teacher continued. They want to be the flyest, the most popular, the one everyone wants.
Well, I'm trying to find the videos where she in underwear with a strap on and all those things. That's what's on her TikTok.
Can you make a race car sound?
I don't want to make no race car sound right now, Nikki.
Wait, are you talking to your friends?
Yeah. Okay. I know. I'm talking.
Want 5 minutes?
Do I have 5 minutes?
Yeah.
What you want to do in 5 minutes?
Play with you?
You want to play with me in 5 minutes? Nikki.
No, I'm talking about 5 minutes after you've done talking.
Oh, okay. So you want me to talk and then 5 minutes after that?
Yep. Yep.
What we gonna play, Nikki? What we playing? Hmm? But you could play that by yourself. You could sit right here and play with that. Let me see. Oh, y'all, my grandson, y'all. Did you eat?
Yep.
What did you eat? Did you eat all your chicken?
Yep.
Go,
I
huh?
think I eat like.
Wait, before you open that,
Cool.
go get, let me see your plate. Give me that. Go get that plate. Let me see it. Well, if you break that, I'm gonna spank your butt. You don't get to do whatever you want just because you don't want to do something.
I already ate too many bites already.
You took too many bites. Go get your plate. Let me look at it. Do not open that candy until I see that plate. Talk about you ate too many bites. My mom gonna take a bite on your ass. Let me see his plate. Did he eat all of it? Okay. Because he wanted the candy, and I told him because he told me he was hungry. He don't get to eat no candy till he eat. But if he ate, he can have it. And your daddy say, yeah. How many pieces of chicken you had, Ricky? 2? How many?
I have 3.
You had 3, so you ate 2. You ate. Okay. Okay, you can have the candy. Okay. Ooh, Lord, y'all, my grandson, he listen. Ooh. He want to be in control. Okay, you can't look. He already smart, but he can't take control. We can't just have control. I want to find when she was with the strap on, y'all. She was. It was just too much. It was way too much, y'all. It was way too much. Way too much. Even though, look, on her TikTok, she can do what she want. But when she says that the kids follow her TikTok, like I'm like, what? Like, honey, if you need to keep that to yourself. Because when I saw the TikTok videos, I was like, okay, is something wrong with it? Um, I'm gonna just say that it's not really for kids. That you like, let's say if I was the OnlyFans girl, would I go in front of the classroom and be telling people, "Hey, check me out on OnlyFans," or "Check me out," you know what I mean? And it's almost like that's what she's saying, that they follow TikTok and she want more followers, so she want to advertise a TikTok to the kids. And I'm thinking, no, like let kids be innocent. You can't be even in a you can't be in a, how should I say it? In a certain role, right? Like while they think of you like you their friend. That's not gonna work out well. Now I know a lot of people think that does work out well, but it never works out well. Now, could your mom be your friend and your mom? It's a possibility when you are of a certain age, that can happen. But when your mom needs to discipline you, if she's doing it in a way that's not beneficial to you because she want to be your friend, then yeah, no, okay, that doesn't work. That doesn't work at all. Now, some kids, you ain't got to, do too much with them. You can have a conversation with them and things like that, but they still need to know that you are in control. You are the adult and they are the child. And so she shouldn't be having no children. And see, that was always the scary thing. See, that's the thing when it comes to the men teachers, the male teachers. Now, we see that it's not just males, right? We see that it's also females, women. And now in the world that we in, where we realize that adults can, what's the word? Groom. When adults are groom kids, we realize that it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, or male or female, or you know, I'm trying to be inclusive in my words. Ooh, did you lose another one? Oh, it's coming back. It's coming back. That's good. Hmm? See, you looking funny. Okay.
Not scary.
Scary? Well, you're not looking scary like that. But anyway, I'm trying to find y'all when she would. It was just I wouldn't even show it in front of my grandson. My grandson wouldn't know what's going on, but she had on her underwear with her strap on, and it was getting bigger and bigger. And she was doing the dances the men do, where it jump and things like that. And I don't see no problem with that. Like, if me being an adult seeing that, right? I don't have a problem with that. But in the school, like, there's a time and place for everything. And I don't think everybody understands that. I think if we had more of an understanding that, hey, you can be you and do you, but there's times and places where you got to be by these rules. You got to abide by these rules set forth for everybody to be on the same playing field, for everybody to, you know what I mean? Like, you dealing with children. I don't deal with children. I don't. So when I'm on here and people saying that I'm rough, I realize that, yes, I'm too rough for children, right? Because you're not my child. I'm too rough for children. But you see how I change it up when I'm talking to my grandson? It's completely different. It's completely, I do not speak to him like he's an adult, right? I don't use certain language around him. I'm not too aggressive. I say it so he can understand, so he can take what I'm saying and and you know get it through his head and figure it out. Okay. And there's people who don't believe in that. They believe that, hey, I am who I am at all times. And I'm like, yeah, that's why you haven't gotten far, right? That's why a lot of you aren't good parents. Because you are who you are at all times. You don't even know that you have different jobs. You have uh different duties. And within those different duties, you have different experiences. And so the way you speak to your coworker should not be the way you speak to your children. Now I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me at all time. When maybe sometimes you need to be a father. And sometimes it's okay to be the employer. Sometimes you the employee, you the supervisors. But yes, you have to fit into those things to do those jobs well. And a lot of people not good at those different jobs because they have lack of understanding. And I need to end this because my grandson is not giving up, y'all. He's not gonna give up. He want my attention. Jeez, Louise. He's been gone since Tuesday, and he came back like an hour ago. Okay, and I wasn't thinking. Okay, oh my head is hurting. Nikki, what that is?
Is this what is
I wanted to talk about this, y'all. My grandson, though, I'm not gonna be able to talk about it. Anyway, I think the purge is still going on. He said going 24 hours. Unless something happened to the channel, I don't, that should still be going. I don't know who else live. Grandson want my time, and I'm gonna give it to him. He gonna drive me crazy till Tuesday. Yeah, I hear that in the background. It's giving me a massive headache. Mickey. So I'm gonna play with him so he could change that up because I can't. What you want? Oh, and then he closing the door. He closing me in with him. Oh my goodness. You okay, Licky?
Yep.
We're gonna do some sewing. Can we do some sewing, Licky? Wanna do some sewing with your mama?
No.
You don't want to sew? Can we go make some cookies? You wanna go make some cookies?
What?
He good. He ain't do nothing.
Do not.
Oh, you still going? Okay.
So,
Let me know.
Mama,
I'm gonna keep him on the schedule though.
Mama,
Okay with that? Huh?
Mama. When we were at the new house,
Uh-huh.
I was trying to run, and then after that, my finger was.
Oh, you mashed your finger?
Yeah, and then after that, got squished it, got on the floor, started crying,
Uh-huh.
and then Amara said, Ava, you got to be careful. That's what my sister said.
Your sister said that? Ava,
And
you
then
gotta be
after
careful.
that, my mom was very angry at my sister because she thinks it was my sister, and she was mad at Ava too.
Oh, okay. So your mom was mad at your sister because she thought it was your sister, but it wasn't your sister. It was Ava. It's okay. Well, anyway, did you tell your mommy it wasn't your sister?
No. Actually, we have like these band.
You had
We
the
have
bandage?
we have
Mhm.
like these bandits and a butterfly one, but the butterfly ones keep coming off.
I know.
Every single one keep
Come here.
coming off because they keep going under the band.
Right, come here. But did you have your sister back and say, Mommy, Amar didn't do it?
No.
No? Why not?
I don't know why.
Well, if you know Amara didn't do it, that's your sister. You gotta have her back and say, Mommy, no, Amara didn't do it. You was crying, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, that's your sister, okay? And I know you the
And my
younger.
mom was like, "What happened? What happened?" And then after that, I came to the kitchen
Mhm.
crying, and then after that, I start doing this. Show
Sure.
her
Oh,
this.
yeah, see.
Show her this,
Uh-huh.
so she could put bandy on
She
it.
put a band-aid on it. Mhm.
And I said I don't like it because I always don't like bleeding.
Oh, okay, yeah. But anyway, listen. Although you the little brother, okay? She's a big sister. She's still your sister. And
Oh,
when she didn't, if she,
oh no!
oh no, what?
And the band-aid's under.
That's okay. That's okay. But so that's your sister. So you go whenever you get a chance to protect her, like if she didn't do something, and you say, "Mommy, she didn't do it," okay? And you don't want to never set her up if she didn't do it, right?
Yeah, because I can tell she didn't do it.
Yeah. And she gonna protect you too, right? Because she protects you because she loves you and you love her, right?
Yeah. But every time when we were away, Jace, I supposed to call him JC. Rose, JC and Rose, I supposed to call her Rosie too.
Rosie, okay.
JC and Rosie were just playing around. Rose said Rose said my name so many times to stop jumping in that house, the other one, because you know what's under there?
What?
People.
Oh yeah, must live in an apartment, and if you live on another floor, they got people live.
And the lady is like, like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, sound like
because of my sister and me, or Ava, because they're
y'all jumping. Yeah, well.
Because we're running, you cannot run in this house either.
Okay, well you can't.
Yeah, you can run in here, but not in your room.
Well, you can run in here because we don't live in an apartment.
But you don't have any space for.
What do you mean I got no space? Look at all this space.
There's a bed.
Okay, anyway, listen, we're gonna tell everybody bye-bye, okay? Because you won't let me do anything like you won't let me do. Y'all, he is taking over. Listen, I did this for my kids. Like I told y'all, when they want my time, I'm gonna give it to them. But he don't want to sew. I'm sewing. You gonna sew with me?
No.
Why?
Because I don't want to.
Okay, well, I don't want to play that neither. So how about this? You go in your room and you do you, and I can stay online and talk to my friends. Can I do that?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want you to.
Okay. Okay, y'all, I'm gone. Wait, maybe I'll look in the chat. If somebody want to come up and y'all handle it and have conversations, if y'all want to do that, I'm gonna give y'all that opportunity. Okay. I'll still be here, but I'll be sewing and muted. I have a headache. My grandson. I love him to death. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. If he want my time, I'm gonna give it to him.
I want your time.
You want my time?
Yeah.
I shouldn't have never said that in front of him because he comes in. What you laughing at, mister? Yeah. Okay, y'all, I'm gone. I'll be back. I'm gonna put him to bed maybe about 10. I'm gonna put him in the shower.
10.
About 10.
10.
10.
No, 11.
He'll be asleep at. You want to go to 11?
Yes.
I may be back. I'm gone.
We both laugh.
Yeah, something wrong with you. Something wrong.
I want to go